right, here we go. Wednesday morning, we have our signal in, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get filled right here.
Both these accounts now. Nice little scare the children move to the downside on the Nazi.
Okay.
S&P long at the -2s. So we're on our bottom fishing expedition. Dow Jones doing fine.
So we're sitting here waiting to get filled. I have this at 85. I'll probably have to go to 80. Let's go to... maybe not. Maybe I'll hold on for a second. We're at 85 now. See if I can get in on this. Okay, there we go. We got 85. So let's come over here. We'll lock this in. And I'm going to set my profit target, exit order. So say analyze opposite trade. I think we need to buy this back at 35 to get 50. So I'll set that off. Okay, so we have our working order to profit once we hit our profit target at 35, we'll bring in our $50 for the day, and let's just see what happens. So here's our trade. I'm going to get into the room. I'm going to pull the room in here. This is the Vince trade room. This is the room where we get on every morning. We trade the Vince strategy. It's a micro day trading strategy, and we use it with the prop accounts. So let's just pull that in here and see what's going on over there. If you'd like to get involved in this with us, you can get into the room for free. I get you a free trial. Just reach out to me and let me know you like a free trial to the Vince room or the trading room every morning, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see what's going on over there.
Down 250 over there. Yikes. Something just happened with my computer. We got a lot of stuff running. Maybe this can't even handle all that. Check in quickly. Netflix, the only thing that's up. Everything red. You can just see it reflected on your screens. VIX up to 15. It's pretty nice. So NASDAQ for me is fully in graceful exit mode. I'm going to look to try to exit on some little pops here. New low of day for the NASDAQ. All right, so this gives me an opportunity to take a look at the treasuries for, excuse me, the MNQ, not the treasuries. I already got orders in for those. Let's look at the Friday, 2 days till expiration. Right now we're trading at the -2s. Outside day down 750. So if we just looked at the 750s, the puts are selling for 96. So far, no one's sold or bought them there. The last trade was 74. So just like yesterday, this is completely made up. We do 100. Yesterday was 110 for for the um, the 17,000 short calls. This will be 110 for the 750 short puts. We're trading 96. I'm just going to try to catch, as we lean into this selling here. Should be able to get a fill there if we get a real nice scare the children move to flush them even harder. All right, another profitable trade here in the Russell. So I'll go ahead and just trail this up. This really should just take profit right here at. Uh, remember, friends don't let friends trade the Russell, but on a day in which it's holding up okay versus other indices, such as the NASI, which is having a moment here. So now I'm rooting for this to go down so we can get a fill at 110. It's trading 98 by 104. Does everyone understand what's going on here with these options expressing this trade using a short put? Yes, everybody? Bueller. How about give me a one in the chat if you have the ability to trade a futures option? If you have an account at Trinity or if you have an account at IB or at Tasty or whatever, who has the ability? If you have the ability, this should be pretty simple to understand. We have a level here. The minus twos are 750. You can go long the underlying. In this case, we're just going to look to sell a put for a slight premium over what it's currently selling for. Graceful exit opportunity here, which I will take on the NASDAQ. I'm long in too many accounts, so I basically have the same position going on everywhere. So you have Tasty. Yeah, and Liam's saying he's ignoring the options because he's a newbie. 100%. Remember, there is no options trading strategy, though. We're simply using the levels, signals, entry logic, theory, and logic behind the underlying to express trades using the 50 around the 50 delta. And this stuff is simple. By simple, I mean I'm not choosing any kind of spread. I don't even care what the Greeks are, other than that the close to the money should be around the 50 delta, but I don't even care about any of the Greeks or any of that. We just having at it. Dow's holding up. S&P gives me the opportunity to make this trade essentially riskless. That just means I'm running a sell stop there. So the price action that I'm seeing, you don't have to be long, but you definitely cannot be short unless you're already in a position and caught it earlier. Okay. Do not sell into the hole outside day downs. Please, please stop doing that. What are you trying to catch? Trying to catch another 6, 8, 10 points or some gap filled to the downside and just pick the day. Today's going to be the day. I'm just going to catch it. The only thing that matters is your cost basis. If you're getting short here, your cost basis is shitty. Okay. Dow just sitting right there in the middle. It now makes, for me, it makes the Dow buyable at the bid zone there too. So, excuse me, at the top of the bid zone, minus one's coming in at 373. So I'll be resting an order there. All right. Another long comes in at the 747s. If we flush that 750 strong, again, I should get my fill on my short put. It's always so I always trade the Fridays, not the Wednesdays. So the question on the expiry, yeah, it's 2 days from now, so it'll be on Friday. It's the Fridays, and they're trading now. They're trading 103 by 108. And 106, 107, and filled 110. So I just got to fill at 110. So we can follow that along at home. Short the 110s, excuse me, the 750s at 110. Look at the credit there. It's exactly the same as yesterday, $219.53. This looks exactly like this. Oh, I took the screenshot after, but I had a screenshot in the room, I think. Still no new low for the treasuries here. So we have not seen a new low in the treasuries. You sold the 16,007. All right, cool. See if the MES can come down here and give us a fill at -2s are coming in at 755s. Hopefully, you see if you're following along at home a little bit and it's not that important, I'll try to call this out. But this is the most important trade I've done so far today. Is right there. Is is taking a graceful exit or a loss on. Well, it's a small gain on this ad here. It's at 64s.
Order filled.
All right, so I sold the ZN put. That means I'm going to cancel this order here. I think it might have canceled it for me. Gold heading down. Looks like it wants to revisit the candle for about an hour ago. Crude oil holding in here okay. Break above, close above the VPOC down there of 70 spot 91. That makes 70-90s here a buy. So let me just since this is such a large account, I'm going to have orders resting in all markets. So I sold the Friday 111.5 put for 32/64. See, the credit on that is $500. Remember, on the 4 hour, the Nasdaq has a ways to go down to 16,004s. I doubt we'll see that today, but what we want to do is revisit our rule of projection sheet here. I'm going to have to close a few of these applications, but our ROP on the Nasdaq is coming in on the
Order filled
at 16,694. So we will touch that today, I'm pretty sure. Probably a break below the 700s. Now, our rule of projection is not necessarily another level to enter at. It's just to understand that while this feels crazy or a big down day or whatever, 1.5%, 250 points, maybe we get to 300 points, it's just within the expected range. We don't really even have range expansion yet. Okay. Does everyone understand that? S&P minus twos are coming in at 47.55s ish. Dow Jones still holding up. Is it going to join the pity party? We'll see. Gold in the bid zone and crude oil. There's some nice comp, maybe an SOS1, SOS2, because you got -1 at 70.87s. Don't get any bigger here. The slope is terrible for longs. Okay. The only thing that fixes this is a meaningful retracement back inside the zone. So for right now, that's a slippery ice slope. S&P heading lower. Place your bets. Do we get under 700? I think it's a pretty easy bet to say that we get under 700 here on the NASDAQ and get to around that ROP. Wouldn't it be amazing if we kind of reverse right around that ROP, the expected range for the day to the downside? Treasuries now on their lows. Just got filled on a ZN long there at 111 spot 115. Okay, got to do a graceful exit here on part of, there we go. So first meaningful move, counter trend.
Order filled.
See the sellers come right back in. It's fine if you want to look at bubbles or volume, interbar volume. I don't really know what it does for you other than just looking at price. And then, wow, it spiked. I'm going to take some off here. And then I'm going to re-enter at a better price, which is the -2s. And then I also have, whatever, 10 points below that we know is our ruler projection low. So we have everything we need to navigate this here. S&P and the Dow, two different directions. We'll see if this S&P did firm up a little bit there. Was not able to make another substantial new low. Two more ticks, we make one more tick, we make a new low in the ZB. This is actually a good morning session to watch this style here, because yes, I get it that you can look to short these pops, but the first short would actually be a move back to the +1s. So instead, what I'm showing is just, let's see if we can move it down to here. Now it's 701s. Come on, give us a fill. All right. Profit taking in the Dow right at the developing value area high. Really nice kind of kick and boot it turned into an Indian arrow profile here. Two more minutes left in this candle. Remember, a break below, close below, this does not necessarily make 47.61 a short. It doesn't make it a short. Let's see if we can get a break above, close above that VPOC level there. Look for a little selling burst of or a little bit of volatility in terms of velocity right on the 9 central candle. There should be, I don't think there's any news there. All right, so I answered that question. What do I mean by NASDAQ having a moment? I'm not sure what I was saying at the time, but it's having a moment relative to the rest of the stock indices. I mean, the Russell is actually looks stronger, but it's down almost the same amount on a percentage change from close. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. All right, so now the -2s are below 700s. I'm going to fire this back up, even though I closed it before. All right, there we go. There's a -2 touch, and it's right at. So now we're getting some range expansion finally. By the way, we have some extreme turn buys over here. Doesn't look like anyone mentioned them, but there's an extreme turn buy on the NASDAQ. Dow Jones shouldn't have anything. Russell.
Order filled.
So we got a NASDAQ extreme turn buy. Do with that what you will. Okay, another graceful exit. That's just taking that last piece of inventory off every time. Yeah, we did have business inventories. I'm not sure that's one that I care much about. -2's coming in now at 687s.
Order filled.
I don't do a whole lot of measured move stuff, but so far if we measured, well, I already had that drawn in. I don't need this. This move right here looks pretty similar. Okay, there's the first meaningful counter trend move. Pretty decent.
Order filled.
All right, so now opportunity to reload at a lot better prices.
Order filled.
BC, did you get your fill? 150, is that 150 pounds? You got
Order filled.
150 pounds for the 16 sevens. Not too bad. Those NASDAQ 750s are now selling for a whopping 112 by 120. Remember, I sold them for 110. And that's after a decent little pop that we got here. All right, another leg lower for, nope, sorry, for gold. Yeah, so I saw this. So gold's down here, 2015. I don't have anything to do really here with gold. We're through this kind of level from here. It's not a bad like little bottom fishing expedition. In fact, let me hit this here.
Order filled.
We're outside the zones. I'll do another one. And then just hit some targets here. All right, we're gonna sell one here. This thing fell apart. Gonna work our way back. Hoping verbal prompts for order filled are back. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Order filled.
There you go. I gave you an order filled. You wanted one, you got one. Order filled is anyone get healthy on the NASDAQ longs there? MNQ healthy on the longs? Again, if you go back and watch this replay, this is kind of a clinic in how to do this on a meaningful down day. You got to be very stringent with your entries. The only thing that could have been done better is if I had inventory on to do another ad here, which I didn't. This one right here is perfect. Not just because it worked out, it's just It's just you have a line on your chart. You have a magic line on your chart that you can understand and use for nice little move for gold. Dum Dum got one right. Let's take that off. Here's my Kerpos for anyone that cares. And I have some other longs in other accounts, but MGC we just got in. ZN, you've seen that. Bought the ZN, sold the ZN puts, and then this is the short put, which should be hanging in there now. Yeah, there we go. I got a lot of work to do to get this account to 10,000, but we're doing it the TDG way. If I threw on like a 3 lot on the ZN, we could get there. So Boomer Dan, you got healthy, and Rob and J Flow, okay? The important thing is not that we got healthy. The important thing is that you allowed yourself to get healthy within your risk budget, right? So the 3 or 4 that you answered, did you do it within your risk budget? Hope you did, right? Maybe you were close, but did you do it all within your risk budget? You sized it appropriately. Remember, we give ourselves the opportunity to gracefully exit by having good original entries and be looking for these exits. If you didn't take a couple exits on that drop, you would have had you're probably very close to your risk budget by holding through that drop. That's a really big drop, right? All right,
Order
Dan,
filled.
you see how this is starting to come together. Hopefully this is starting to come together for you, where you'll have the confidence to, it doesn't mean, oh, it's going to be a good day or it won't be a red day or whatever, but you should be able to eventually have it, whoops. Have it look like this. God darn it. Why does it keep doing that? Here we go. Move that out of the way. And there's a lot of other positive things about this, everybody, that I'm just, hopefully you're starting to feel. What's positive about it, in my view, is that if you're doing this right and you're in the right flow state of, oh, okay, this thing is really selling off hard, but guess what? I had my rule of projection low, which we were right around, gives me a little bit more confidence that we could find a reversal right around, I don't know, 694. What is the ROP low today? Gang, there's a lot of good shit going on here. This is the ROP low here. I don't know if we go down and make another new low. Maybe we do. I don't really care. At this point, it's fine with me because I have the inventory ready to, and in all this trading, this account's down 89 bucks. It's actually flat because there's 2 profitable positions that I still have open. But there's a lot of good stuff going on here. And you can be doing this without this sort of revenge trading or, oh, I lost
Order
again,
filled.
or I lost again, or I lost again, or I lost again. The other thing I would tell you is if you got stopped out very close to your max risk budget or your max loss, that's a good thing. If you took it and you're done for the day, that part is good. Let's celebrate success. But if you did, and if that's happening too often, don't trade the NASDAQ anymore. You're either entering too early or you don't have the risk budget to trade it. By the way, perfect touch of the plus ones there. Minus ones, excuse me. I'm going to get back involved. Start scalping it. Come on, ZN. Give me a little pop. Jesus. Come on, baby. All right. So Hernan's saying I'm on revenge trading is the biggest issue I need to solve along with risk budget control. Well, for Hernan and everybody here on trial, remember, if you want to talk to another trader who was in your same shoes and is now a member of our advocate group, you can email Brad at tradersdevgroup.com. set up a little half an hour discussion. It's not a sales call. It's just a call to talk about whatever you're struggling with and how you could overlay what we do here. Because revenge trading is just a result of, well, again, I'm not a really into the psychological things. Hernan, the reason you probably do that is because you're a shitty trader. I mean, I hate to be blunt. And what makes you shitty is you don't have a strategy that you've walked forward tested for 6 months and traded almost every day. If you do, I'd be very surprised. No one does. So, like everybody, just coming in, slinging it around, and I'm just projecting. I don't know you. I'm not speaking for you directly, but the revenge trading stuff is a result of having a strategy that puts you in the market more often than not in bad spots where you're immediately on the defensive and you can't manage the trade properly. Uh, and then in terms of sticking to your risk budget, it's just a water flow, right? First of all, most people don't have a personal daily risk budget, so you can start there. By the way, little scalp here. You see this little chop channel that we're forming here? You guys should be able to see this. Whoops, not that. This is the one thing, there's many things that the brick wicks are good for, but the one thing I really like about the brick wicks is how they establish these little things that you can see there. We'll see if we can break back inside range. Okay. So I joke about this, but it's actually no joke. I can teach you stay in your lane in 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
All right,
And
Connor.
Your responsibility is
We just got out, it sounds like. We made some money. Let's see. Let's make sure that was us. There we go. So we got out at 35. And that's it. So let's pull out the old Excel sheet. There we go. So today's 1/17/24. We made $50. 415 was at risk. 35 minutes. And that's it. So there's our new totals. And we shall see if we get another one today. All right, so that was a nice fast one. If you'd like to follow along with this trade, just make sure that you're subscribed to my YouTube channel below. Or you can also go over and join me on my website. I'll leave a link to my website in the description below. All right, that's it for this one. See you next time.